You know, they say that no two people see colors exactly the same. Like my shade of purple might be completely different than yours. And for example, Cyno definitely has white hair, but for some reason on OBS it's like slightly purplish. But there he is. It's my boy. The General Mahamatra himself. Mahamatra? Mahamatra? I honestly don't know. I just met him in the story. And I love him because he's a funny man. I actually met him in the Widdenbloom event on a different account, unfortunately. But he's just a funny guy. He doesn't seem as funny in the main story because this is like work mode. But yeah. Yeah, for some reason, on OBS, his hair is like twinged slightly purplish. But, you know, it could be a pigment of my imagination. I am in the middle of a cutscene, but I just wanted to start the stream on Cyno, because I was playing on my own, and then my boy appeared, and I'm like, oh, I should probably save this until I start streaming, huh? So here we are. We've also just met Candace. And I won't be attacking that low-hanging fruit. Oh, thank you, Welkin. I will be needing that Welkin. Oh, they've got beef. Oh yeah. In the time since last stream, I guess I've made a little progress in the story. Cyno showed up and fought Alhaitham for being a sneaky little guy, stealing divine knowledge capsules. And you know, it's Cyno's job as head cop. And then Dia, sorry. I keep thinking it's Dea, but it's Dia. Dia came in and said, hey, chill, stop it. But they're still out for each other's throats. Oh, and I guess Wanderer is becoming a god or something. Yeesh.
Well, this is pretty awkward.
Yeah.
Hey, wanna play sardines with 3 people who wanna tear each other limb from limb? Sure, why not? Sounds fun.
Yeah.
The air is so thick and heavy. Paimon can hardly keep floating anymore.
Then sit.
My sincere apologies, everyone. This is the home of our village chief. I will have to ask you to make do with this small room until the sandstorm dies down. Please, let me introduce myself. I am Candace, protector of Aru village.
DeviantArt eyes.
Our savior has come at last! Nice to meet you, Candace. The name's Paimon. Thank you so much for helping us.
Yeah, thank you. Because the boys were fighting.
There's no need to thank me. It's only right to help each other when the weather gets rough.
Wow, she's so gentle and caring, like a nice older sister. Unlike those guys over there.
She does have the Onesan
Alright.
voice.
Now that we're all better acquainted, we should return to the topic at hand. As a guardian charged with the responsibility to protect my fellow villagers from harm, I was observing your conflict from afar, even before the sandstorm started. And now that you have set foot within our village itself, it is all the more my responsibility to make absolutely sure that you pose no threat whatsoever to us.
No fighting.
So please, have an honest and sincere conversation with one another, and put your hostile feelings to rest.
Make
If
up.
anyone dares to start anything again while they are under this roof, I will not hesitate to send them out for some quality time with the creatures of the sandstorm.
Kind of a boss.
On second thought, Paimon may have misjudged Candace's character.
No, I think she's still in character, honestly.
And that goes for you too, Miss Dia.
What'd she do?
Do I make myself clear?
All right, we got it, Candace.
Dia was trying to de-escalate.
That's what I like to hear. So, which of you will begin?
I was supposed to be a mediator, but I might have gotten a little too involved just now. Anyway, one
Sad.
of those two should probably start talking.
Wait, that was you trying to be a mediator?
Listen, sometimes violence is the answer.
I have nothing to hide, so there's no shame in explaining myself. While Al-Haytham wasn't wrong about the other Matra not knowing my whereabouts, it's not because I've been assigned a morally dubious mission. Rather, I've chosen to exile myself.
Huh? Exile yourself?
A little while ago, I discovered that there was data missing in the Academia's project planning and development files. What little they did report clearly did not match the project's actual progress.
Ah, so they were
As General
sus.
Mahamatra, I had the responsibility and authority to request an audit. However, to my surprise, the person responsible for the erroneous data was none other than Grand Sage Azar himself.
So he's good
I
cop
tried
and
to
funny cop.
investigate the issue myself before submitting a formal audit request. But I soon found that all leads and potential pieces of incriminating evidence were carefully concealed from me. I began to realize that they were cautious of me from the very beginning.
Oof.
Unsurprisingly, the
I mean,
Grand
you are
Sage
the
rejected
police.
my audit request as soon as the submission reached his desk. He even said to me, "The power of the General Mahamatra is granted by the sages. You have no right to judge us."
Yikes, isn't that your job, though?
So they really are up to no good.
I realized then that to the Grand Sage, the Matra are nothing more than tools for the sages to assert and maintain their control over knowledge. The vows that we
Yikes.
took, the principles that we strive to uphold, they are meaningless to the academia of today.
He's good cop. Confirmed. I'm allowed to like him.
I believed it would be wise to flee the academia before the sages had a chance to take action against me. This way, they can no longer see nor predict my actions. I will never give up on this investigation. There's no need for someone else to give me power or authority. Once I find the truth, I will administer judgment by my own name.
Kill him.
Cyno
Slay.
seems to have the same goal as us. We're all investigating the sages. Plus, now that he's no longer the General Mahamatra, he somehow feels a lot less scary.
I disagree with these options. I think he's completely trustworthy. I am not biased in the slightest.
Well, Cyno, if that's your story, then why did you see Al-Haytham as a target?
Because he works for them.
When I was investigating the matter in the academia, I overheard a conversation between Al-Haytham and a sage. The sages asked you to investigate a blonde-haired traveler. Do you dispute this, Al-Haytham?
Spy.
What?
Like many parts of the project, this assignment was undocumented. Now throw in your suspicious behavior with the Divine Knowledge Capsule, and I think we deserve an explanation.
Nor.
Yes. I was indeed tasked with investigating the Traveler.
How could you?
After all, the promised reward was so great that hardly any scholar could have refused. The sage told me, once you've completed this assignment, I can give you a glimpse of divine knowledge.
But you stole it
The most
anyway.
enticing offer.
Unfortunately, those academics don't know me at all. Their words contained one key piece of information, namely that divine knowledge indeed exists. That gave me all I needed to know. From my perspective, the sages are far from trustworthy. Think about it. Isn't it a little strange they're so willing to share divine knowledge with anyone, even as a reward? So, I began my own investigation following the lead of the Divine Knowledge Capsule. In the end, I realized my wisdom in committing to this rather than collaborating with the sages. Had I been less guarded, I probably would have ended up like that Ain al-Ahmar mercenary, incapable of remaining sane for long enough to hold a conversation.
You mean that the sages originally planned to dispose of you, using one of those capsules that drive people insane?
Interesting. So, what I'm hearing is we should kill the sages right now. So, did you join forces with me just so you could investigate me, or were you already kind of making your way out of that social circle of assholes?
I'd already given up on the assignment by then.
I see.
I only told the Academia I was waiting in Port Ormos for you to appear so they wouldn't suspect anything. So it came as quite a surprise when I encountered my erstwhile target while investigating the Divine Knowledge Capsule.
Criminals do love to talk about coincidences.
Even though I ran into the Traveler by chance, I had no intention of providing assistance to the Academia. Also, you should remember, you were the ones who decided to follow me and strike up a conversation after I left that tavern.
I mean, I guess. Is that enough?
That's true. Al-Haytham helped us out at Caravan Rebat as well. Maybe he's telling the truth.
I'm willing to apologize, if that's worth anything to you.
Really?
I took the Divine Knowledge Capsule behind your back because I judged its existence to be a significant risk.
I saw it, though.
I felt that it would be best for no one to interact with it before it had been properly studied.
I think I can handle it.
After all, curiosity often proves to be the most dangerous thing in this land.
Yeah, but I'm like an
You should
alien.
be well aware, Scribe Al-Haytham, that curiosity can also lead you to danger and suspicion.
Yup.
Answer me this. Did the sages share any information about their project with you?
Have I not made myself clear? You and I are both distrusted by the Academia. Do you really think they would tell me anything?
Fine. Although you haven't completely proven your innocence, I won't regard you as an enemy, for now.
They
As
made
you
up.
wish.
Friends.
Good. I'm glad to see you two clearing up your misunderstandings.
Thank you, One-san.
And now you, Dia. I believe it's your turn.
Oh, sorry. Whatever the boys were talking about must have been so boring that I spaced out.
Me.
My situation is pretty straightforward. My employer, Dunyarzad of the Homayani family, is friends with the Traveler and is currently recovering from her illness at home.
Yeah, she's chill.
I had nothing going on, so I decided to return to Aru village for a visit. I was actually looking forward to a pretty exciting time getting back together with everyone here. But then I saw these two random guys in the middle of a pointless argument. It ticked me off, and things went downhill from there.
Making
Is
it
that all?
worse.
Well, I will admit that definitely sounds like your style. In that case, welcome back, Dia.
I like Candace.
That's more like it. I missed you all so much, Candace.
You... What?
Whoa! What was that sound?
No need to worry. Now that you're no longer at each other's throats, please make yourselves at home. I'll take a quick trip outside to clear out some of those creatures in the sandstorm.
Can we help? What was... Is that like a tiger?
Creatures? In the sandstorm? Are you sure you don't want some backup?
Is the chief
Fighting in a
leader like
sandstorm
Tiger
is not
King?
for the faint-hearted. Anyone without extensive training in these conditions is at a disadvantage. You needn't worry.
It's okay.
Yeah, just leave them to Candace. Don't worry, she's as tough as they come.
Well,
The wind's died down. That means the sandstorm's over, right?
I don't
Candace still
know.
isn't back yet, though. Is she alright? Maybe we should go out and check on her.
When you put it that way, even I'm starting to feel a little worried. All right, let's go. We've been here long enough, and the boys are as chatty as the floor.
It's okay. As soon as I make a buddy-buddy with Cyno, he'll be all jokes and funnies, and then we'll play card games. Oh, now that I have control of my characters, I do have to make a confession. I did plan on just dropping a 10 pull on Zhongli. And I may have dropped quite a bit more than that because my friends are enablers. And unfortunately, we got the best fucking outcome, baby. I got C one day. I did not, in fact, get Zhongli, so I do have guaranteed for Cyno. We are in it, boys. Ugh. I've never been so happy to lose a 50-50. And I've lost a lot of 50-50s. Elazar. It's Megadeth Syndrome. Not the metal band. Just the dying. Oh, it's reset, huh? Oh, right. I got my Welkin. Ooh, there's this thing. I'll get back to that. Not...
Squall and Fury.
Let's do this. Where's the rest?
Behold. Quit following me.
3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, one more. Give it to me. It's a shit chest.
Take it.
It's okay. This isn't Mondstadt or Liyue. I get Primos for it anyway. Let's just teleport back up there, huh? Oh god. What the?
Ooh, Candace, you're still fighting? You've been out here dealing with these creatures the entire time?
Yeah.
Yes. They just keep coming in waves. I've lost count of how many I've defeated. Before I realized it, even the sandstorm had stopped.
You gotta collect all the Geoculus and Animoculus, so your stamina is maxed.
Ah, here comes another wave!
Or nor.
Leave this round to us. I got interrupted earlier, but now I have something to take my anger out on.
But your skill is anti-interruption.
It's been quite a while since I've seen the flame main in action. I'll leave these to you then.
I'll be sure to put on a good show. Let's go!
Busted!
The night is cold. Dare to mess with me.
The wind rises.
When are they ever gonna let up?
Quietly now.
Too late for regrets.
Here comes the catch.
Here comes the cat.
Squall and Fury.
Yell on sub DPS is kinda nutty.
The creature stopped appearing. Was that the last of them?
For now.
What we fought just now was probably the aftermath of the sandstorm. So we should be safe for the time being.
Well fought, everyone. No injuries, I hope.
Who you?
Huh? Who are you?
Are you the chief?
Ah, my apologies. I haven't had a chance to greet you yet. I had my hands full taking care of the village's elderly and children.
I think you are elderly.
I am the chief of Aru village.
Anpu.
Everyone usually calls me Uncle Anpu.
Pleasure to meet you.
Sir, I am also originally from the desert, but I have not been back for some time now. May I ask if such sandstorms are common?
I can't say they've always been common, but recently the storms have become increasingly severe and frequent. Besides sandstorms, we also occasionally get earthquakes.
Or nor.
According to an investigator who stayed in the village a while ago, these unusual natural
Investigator?
phenomena are related to the withering of Irminsul.
Another effect of Irminsul's withering. So, Irminsul's withering causes withering zones in the forest, and sandstorms and earthquakes here in the desert?
Or nor.
Everything in the natural world is inextricably connected to Irminsul. These regional symptoms can indeed be a reflection of Irminsul's present state.
Everyone in Aru Village needs to take good care of themselves. Speaking of which, why haven't I seen a single village keeper since I got here?
A what now?
Village keeper? Who are they? Village guards like Candace?
Does your curiosity know no bounds?
Yeah.
Village Keeper is how Aru Village refers to mad scholars, exiled here by the academia.
Oh,
Most
interesting.
of them are scholars who lost their sanity after a period of training in the Avidia forest.
Ah,
The academia believes that their crazed mutterings may have a negative effect on the psyches of other scholars. So, they're forcibly exiled to the desert. Though if you ask me, it's all a boatload of nonsense.
yes, trying to keep the status quo. You know, usually the genius breakthroughs are from crazy people.
Alas, that's exactly what we've been trying to investigate. One by one, the village keepers have been mysteriously disappearing without a trace.
Or nor.
But no one in the village has ever seen them leave. If you're planning to stay around the village for the next few days, I'd appreciate it if you could keep an eye out for them.
I've had encounters with those people in the past. I'll see what I can do to help.
The Matra are the ones responsible for their exile. Now that you're no longer with them, are you trying to alleviate your guilt and atone for your past sins? I'm fascinated by how you think.
They are in
Mock me if you
eternal
will.
beef.
But if you are guilty, I will eliminate you, regardless of my position or identity.
You're so serious.
You're the former General Mahamatra. You must be an expert in these kinds of investigations. Thank you for your help.
Yeah, I'll help.
Is it because you're reminded of Hypatia? Oh, these poor scholars. First they lose their sanity, now this! We need to help get them back home, safe and sound.
No, it's because Cyno is here.
Is it really a good idea to tag along with Cyno? You seem like
Yes.
you really don't trust him.
I do. It's a great opportunity to watch him in action, you know?
I'll be grateful for the assistance. No doubt you will do a better job than some of my former subordinates. Let's start by finding a spot to share what we know so far.
I mean, here? Is here bad?
Too slow.
Take it easy.
Take it easy.
Although I've sent myself into exile, I'm still doing essentially the same things as before. Do you still
Old
have any
habits
questions
die
for me
hard.
before we start our investigation?
Why do they call the Mad Scholars village keepers? They seem just kind of crazy.
One of my former subordinates told me that this title has its origins in a strange incident. The
Interesting.
academia has long exiled mad scholars to Aru Village. A mysterious phenomenon exists here. When mad scholars first arrive, they are as incoherent and deranged as before. But after spending some time here, they invariably begin to calm down. Initially, the people of Aru Village greatly resented having to take in the mad scholars. But a strange incident one night changed that. Aru Village was struck by the strongest earthquake in living memory. seeing buildings on the verge of collapse all around him. The then chief of the village was preparing to take everyone to safety. Suddenly, he noticed a mad scholar crouching in a corner, caressing the ground with his hands. A soft, green light radiated from him, like a divine glow against the backdrop of night. Despite
Rukkhadevata,
the powerful tremors
Nahida.
that ripped through the ground that night, all the houses remained upright, almost as if they had grown roots reaching deep into the ground. In the end, not a single building collapsed, and no one was hurt. After that, the people of Aru village treated the mad scholars with greater kindness, and began to refer to them as the village keepers.
A soft green light? A mad scholar protecting Aru village? What do you make of it, Traveler?
It's probably Nahida. Hida.
Paimon thinks so too. Actually, Cyno, do you know if any of the mad scholars continued to wear their Akasha terminals at Aru village?
In theory, they would continue wearing them so the academia could still monitor their activities. With that said, the main Akasha system would no longer have any interaction with them.
Yeah, but they still wore 'em.
wonder. Everything makes sense then. Add in the fact that they calmed down. It was probably Nahida who calmed them.
If you are able to draw a conclusion from this one story alone, then it appears you possess much more information than I do.
I mean, I directly
So-
talked to God.
What do you make of the story?
They got power from Nahid.
Really? Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Yeah, she's chill.
What? You don't believe us? Lesser Lord Kusanali was definitely using the Akasha to give her power to the mad scholars.
She's green.
No, it's not so much that I don't believe you. I'm just struck by your reasoning. Lesser Lord Kusanali, the current Dendro Archon. Is she really active in Sumeru?
Yeah.
The Academia has always placed far greater importance on the late Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. They've more or less ignored Lesser Lord Kusanali, and I've never had any reason to doubt their views.
I mean,
In
they've
addition,
trapped her. It's a power
I've
play.
never heard any stories about Lesser Lord Kusanali and her deeds. To me, she might as well have been a god that never existed.
It's a cover-up.
No way! Nahida definitely exists! She's a... How should Paimon put it? She's a good Archon who's kind and wise. Even if she says weird stuff sometimes.
Paimon, you're just dumb. She saved me.
I've spent many years interrogating criminals, so I can easily tell when someone is lying.
Good! Then you should know that we're telling the truth.
That look in your eyes. I've never seen that from a liar.
Not from a good one.
You two really must have met Lesser Lord Kusanali. How can this be? To think, our Archon has been amongst us this entire time.
You bitch.
Alright, now it's our turn to put our skills to good use for this investigation.
Alejandro Sub, I know what you did. You didn't want to say among us. So you said amongst us? Come on, man. Among us. You betcha.
But easier said than done, especially since we don't have any leads. Maybe we can start by knocking on some doors.
Excuse me, are you here to help me find my grandpa?
Oh, side quest? Yeah, sure.
Who are you?
By the sounds of it, a resident of this village.
You're...
My name is Isak. You'll help me find my grandpa, right?
Is he in the desert? That's a
Is
big
your
desert.
grandpa a mad scholar?
Hey, don't say that. Grandpa is just Grandpa. Why do you have to call him that? It's not like he's a bad person or anything.
So is that a yes?
The person you're referring to is not a local, yet you are. Why do you call him Grandpa?
Grandpa is just Grandpa. He's my family.
He's adopted.
I heard
Goddamn.
everything you said to the village chief. Please, you gotta take me with you. I want to find my grandpa. I swear I'll help. I won't be a nuisance.
Doubt. X to doubt.
So you're the one who was eavesdropping on us around the village chief's house. I was planning to go out and take care of whoever it was, but I had a vague feeling that they didn't harbor any ill intent.
Interesting.
Whoa. Hazen wasn't kidding about Matra having sharp senses.
He got big ears.
Cyno, he's just a kid. All he wants is to find his grandpa. Let's find a way to help him.
I mean, are those his real ears? Because he's got people
I
ears.
was only listening in because I wanted to know where Grandpa went. Honest. If you don't believe me, you can ask Miss Candace.
All right. But first,
That's probably just a
let's
hat,
confirm
right?
the facts with Candace.
Kainari's are real, but his are just a hat, I think. So here's the real question. Which one of them is a furry?
Cyno is super vigilant. Is this what all the Matra are like?
Nah, just the good ones.
Ah, you're back already.
We just wanted to confirm something with you. Do you know a boy by the name of Isak?
I had a feeling he'd go looking for you.
Huh? You knew this would happen?
Yes.
I like her crown
Although he
tiara
tried his
thing.
best to stay hidden, I still
Like whatever
noticed
that
him
back thing
eavesdropping
on her
outside
head
the
is.
window. He really wants to get his grandfather back. Isak's parents were both Aramite mercenaries who rarely returned to the village after finding employment in the city. He was raised by his grandfather. Unfortunately, it was only a few years before his grandpa passed away.
Sad.
Isak was still very young at the time, so various families in the village took turns caring for him so he could survive. Later, an elderly mad scholar arrived at the village. Isak thought the scholar bore a striking resemblance to his grandfather, and thus often spied on the man.
Normal behavior.
However, the scholar was unkempt in appearance and incoherent in speech. Although Isak referred to the man as his grandpa, he was afraid and didn't dare to approach him. One summer night, the oft mumbling and bumbling grandpa suddenly calmed down and seemed to become more lucid. He even noticed Isak hiding in the distance. So Grandpa walked up to Isak and patted him
Do you
on
have
the
a
head.
name?
He even took Isak to the entrance of the village, where he patiently taught the boy the names of the stars, and accompanied Isak until he fell asleep. The next morning, Isak woke up and wanted to go find his grandpa again, only to realize his grandpa no longer recognized him.
Sad.
However, even so, Grandpa retained his calm expression.
It's okay, he's just got dementia.
It's said that those who saw the scholar claimed he no longer appeared to be crazy.